Hey everybody, Zach from Propcaster here, and today we're going to give you an updated walkthrough of our betting dashboard, more specifically our MLB props dashboard, and how you can best utilize this to make some sharper bets out there when you're looking at the MLB slate today and over the course of the summer. So quick little background before we get into the video on who Propcaster is and why we started it. So Propcaster was started by two gamblers ourselves. And long story short, we were just sick of seeing our competitors charge 20, 30, 60, $100+ a month for some pretty basic data out there. So we knew there had to be a better way, and we started Propcaster really with one clear mission in mind: to make elite level betting data affordable, accessible, and easy to use. Whether you're a seasoned gambler or just looking to get into this, we want to remove the guesswork and help you make better decisions when it comes to your prop bets, all without breaking the bank. So our beta is only $9.99 a month, and that is for all sports. We're not going to nickel and dime you to, if you want other sports added, you need to pay more. $9.99 gets you access to everything. We currently have NBA and MLB. Obviously, the NBA season just ended recently, but we will be adding college football and NFL by the time those seasons starts as well. By the end of the year, we hope to have NHL to round out all four major sports, and then we'll be looking in the future to add things like soccer, specifically the Premier League, MLS, and all the other big leagues in Europe, as well as champion leagues and Europa leagues. We'll be looking to add WNBA, and even kind of trail off into some places where other competitors might not have some data, like NASCAR, Formula One. Really, the list is endless. We're going to try to add as many sports and add as much relevant data as possible. But right now, our focus is MLB during the summer, and our head developer is working really, really hard on making sure NFL and college football are ready by the fall when those seasons roll around. So a little more background: we're a young company, and that's what makes this journey so exciting. We're improving every week. We're adding new features every week. We're improving our data. But it really comes down to, we need people like you to help us out. Whether it be commenting on this video what you'd like to see next, or any updates you think we should make, or going ahead and joining our Discord. Inside of our Discord, if you go to Propcaster.com, you can click on the Join Discord button, and inside of there you will find weekly updates or daily updates whenever we have something new coming along. You can give your feedback on what you'd like to see next, share your wins, and just join an awesome group of some gamblers who can help you out with your prop bets as well. So let's go ahead and jump in and start talking about how you can use Propcaster to improve your betting. Right off the bat, I want to point out we do have a free tool on our website. If you go to Propcaster.com, you'll see right here we have an NBA and an MLB free prop analysis tool. NBA season just ended as the time this video is being recorded, so let's take a look at MLB. You do have to punch things in manually, but let's just say we want to look at our buddy Jazz Chisholm here. We want to see how many hits he's going to get, and the line is currently at 0.5. We can punch in that data, analyze, and see that over a half a hit is at an 80% hit rate for Jazz over the last 10 games here. We can look at last 20 games and see it's still a pretty good bet, hitting at 65% of the time. And we might say, hey, this is a pretty good bet for us to place today. We might also want to go look at who he's facing as a pitcher, their head-to-head matchups, so-and-so. But you can get some really basic data here in our free tool. This will always be free. This will always be available for whatever sport is active during that time. But if you want to see some more in-depth data and see some better data, we're going to look inside of our beta here. So again, our beta is only $9.99 a month, and we do have a free 3-day trial when you sign up. So hopping into our beta dashboard, after we load in, what you're going to see first is some pretty cool tools that are unique to Propcaster that, to our knowledge, we have not seen anywhere else. And the first one is going to be our AI Parlay Builder. Every day, this AI Parlay Builder goes through our data and scrapes together however many high-value props it can find. So for today, for instance, there are 8 props out there. I've seen on any given day as high as 12 parlays given, sometimes as low as 3 or 4, but today we got 8. So let's break these down. The first one, top left corner here, we have a 3-leg parlay with a 100% success rate over the last 10 games. So this means it is hit 10 out of 10 times if you place this over the last 10 games. We'll see that the breakdown of what this parlay is. We have Tyler Soderstrom under 0.5 RBIs, Justin Turner under 1.5 batter hits, runs, and RBIs combined, and Casey Mize over a half earned run allowed. So each one of these individually is a pretty high spread. You see minus 1,111 here, but combined together, we got a plus 154 parlay. $25 is paying 63.52. If we want to, we can open up each one of these and see a more detailed analysis of seeing, again, Soderstrom has not had an RBI in the last 10 games. And we can even click here to pull up Soderstrom's page and see some more detailed analysis on this as well. So you can go through each one of these, see which one you like. Some of these are plus 351, plus 250, plus 218, plus 111. So there's some pretty good value here. And all of these, it looks like, have a minimum of a 90% success rate over the last 10 games. So a really cool tool. Takes the guesswork out of building parlays. You no longer have to spend hours going through each individual prop bet to try to find what you like the best. Log into your beta on Propcaster and we'll have parlays ready for you to go. Next tool. This is a really unique one. I have not seen this anywhere else. This is our hit drought analyzer. So what this is we are taking the top players who are currently in a hitting drought, who are statistically due for a hit coming up in the next game. So how do we calculate this? Well, we use an advanced probability model that adjusts the player's batting average based on the current hitless streak. And you can compare this similar to how a card counter playing blackjack kind of adjusts their strategy based on the cards already played. So we do have our calculation steps in here. I'm not going to bore you with those. If you're interested in how we calculate this, you can pause the video, read through the factors and the steps that for calculation. But let's take a look at some of these that have been analyzed for today and pointed out as a good over half a hit bet. So Paul Goldschmidt, his season batting average is 286, which is pretty solid. He has gone 16 at-bats over the course of 5 games without getting a hit. So his adjusted hit probability for the next game is at 78.8%. Current hit rate is 40% over the last 10 games. So again, he's gone 5 games without getting a hit here. So at minus 375, maybe a lot of juice here to place a single bet. But again, maybe looking at parlaying a few of these could be a good idea, or even if you're doing like a prize picks, you could put together a nice little parlay here. So today we have 3, 6, 9 people who have been identified as someone who's due for a hit. Some of them more critically than others. See, these ones are marked as moderate because they've only gone 2 games or 6 at-bats without a hit. So maybe we stay away from these depending on who their matchup is as a pitcher. But some of these at the top here are deemed critical where they are due for a hit statistically over the next game. So could be great to throw into a parlay there as well. Really cool tool. Again, haven't seen this anywhere else but inside of Propcaster. So those are your 2 cool tools right off the bat you can use here. Another tool I want to show off before we get into some of the games themselves in the bottom right corner is our Prop AI chatbot. Inside of here, you can ask a question just like you would inside of, say, like ChatGPT or Gemini. You can ask stuff like, when was Bryce Harper's first MLB game? Who's leading the league in hits this year? Whatever question you can think of over any sport, not just MLB right now, you can ask inside of here, and it's just another tool to make things a little faster, a little easier for you as you're going through your analysis. So let's hop into some games. So you will see here all the games for today listed below. So let's just go click on the first game here, Oakland versus the Yankees. And on the left, you're going to see all the props, all the hit props that are available for today. You can go ahead and search by players if you want to search a specific person. You can filter by the highest percentage or the lowest percentage, or you could keep that as normal, which is just going to be all of them listed. And then we can also sort by overs or unders here, or again, just keep it at all. So for player props for batters, we currently have hits, RBIs, batter strikeouts, and a combined hit runs and RBIs available. We have had a request a lot for total bases. We are working on that. Our head developer is working on getting that out shortly, so we should see that soon. But as of right now, for batter props, we have hits, RBIs, strikeouts, and a combination of hits, runs, and RBIs. For pitchers, we have strikeouts, total outs, walks, and earned runs allowed. So let's go ahead and dive into some of these. Again, we're inside of the Oakland versus Yankees game today. Let's take a look at Aaron Judge. You'll see Inside of here is a snippet of what prop we're looking at and its hit rate. So it's currently set at under 1.5 hits. If we click here, we could have it set to over a half a hit. It's going to show whatever is currently available for lines on any of the major sports books. Our dashboard looks over many sports books many times a day and pulls whatever is available there. So if you don't see a line available here, it's because we haven't been able to find it out there on a specific sports book. So let's look at getting over a half a hit. You can see that this has a 60% hit rate over the last 10 games. And you also see in red here, we've identified this as a negative EV bet. So based on what we think it should be set for a spread, the best spread we have available out there on the sports books is minus 315 at Bet Rivers. We've deemed this a negative EV bet. That's quite a high spread line or quite a high line for this specific bet. So we might want to stay away from that. Maybe we put it into a parlay if we'd like, but we've identified this as a negative EV bet. If we look at Paul Goldschmidt, we've identified this as a positive EV bet. So again, he was someone that was on our hit drought analyzer. So under 1.5 hits, again, still pretty high line there, but we're marking this as a positive EV. And expected value is just something where you can expect to win or lose money per bet in the long run based on what the odds and the hit rates are. So we're comparing Propcaster odds to the best odds available in the market and marking it as a positive or a negative EV. But let's go look at some Aaron Judge over half a hit. If you click on his name, you will see over the last 10 days his statistics. So batting .216, couple home runs, couple RBIs, so on and so forth. And he has had a hit in 6 out of 10 games over the last 10. We could also look at the past 20 games, which is still at a 60% hit rate, hitting for 12 for 20. You can see his stats over the course of the last 20 games. Or we can take a look at the season as a whole and see that his hit rate actually goes up over the course of the whole season at 76.5%. So maybe in a little bit of a slump right now, still hitting at 60%, so I wouldn't really call that too much of a slump. Going down, we can look at who he is facing as a pitcher today. So he's facing Oakland today. I believe J.P. Sears is going to be on the mound, so we have this drop down of all the Oakland Athletics starting pitchers. We can pick J.P. Sears and see what his stats are looking like. Averaging about 3.9 strikeouts to start, 5.5 ERA, so on and so forth. And we even have a breakdown of J.P. Sears' last 10 games on the mound and last 20 if that's available. All right. We could also hit this toggle button and look at relief pitchers. Now, admittedly, it's a little tougher to predict who is going to come in for relief. But if we know that, say, Mason Miller usually comes in late in the game to close it out, we want to take a look at some of his stats, or if we just want to take a peek at who some of the more popular relievers are that come in, just to get an idea. We got pretty high ERA here. Maybe this can factor into a totals bet that we're going to place, or an over-under team total. Starters is definitely going to be something you want to look at each and every day. Relief pitchers can be, again, a little bit tougher to predict who's going to come in. But we have this here because we want to give you as much data as possible for whatever you need. So relief pitchers are there as well for you to look at. Going down, you're going to see our AI game analysis. So this is a little more into less prop betting, but if you're interested in betting totals or money lines or spreads, you can use this AI game analysis to take a look at those as well. What you're going to get in here for data, you're going to get overall records and home and away records for both the home and away team. You're going to get average runs scored per game and average runs allowed per game for both the home and away teams, you'll see here. And just a little bit of a very high level overview of what you should be looking at and what data you should be diving into a little more when thinking about betting on today's game. And then obviously over here you have this big gauge on the right side. We have predicted that the Yankees have a 67.9% chance to win compared to the Athletics 32.1, and we project that there'll be about 9.1 runs per game. So again, something you can factor in when looking at betting over-unders, money lines, spreads. I wouldn't take this number as gospel. This is just our AI analysis of our machine learning models going in and processing this data every single day. But something to look at if you see a big discrepancy, say the line is only set to over 7.5 today, and we see 9.1, maybe we want to dive in a little more and place a bet on that over. Going forward, weather impact. This is a really cool feature of Propcaster that not many people are diving into as much as we are. Our head developer has a background working in weather, so this is something that has a lot of great data in here. And what you're going to see is the weather at the start time, innings 1 through 3, 3 through 6, and 6 through 9. So obviously an MLB game can be pretty long, even in today's day and age with the pitch counter. You still see 3-hour plus games, and weather can change quite a bit over that time. So what you're going to see inside of here, regardless of where you click on the time of day, you're going to get the temperature at that time, the wind, how strong the wind's blowing, what direction the wind is blowing in, and humidity as well. Fun fact, if you're not aware, humidity has a very big effect on a baseball game. The higher the humidity, the lower the air pressure, so the better carry for the ball. So looking at today's game at Yankee Stadium, which we know is a hitter-friendly stadium, in innings 1 through 3 and even 3 through 6, we have wind blowing into the outfield with some pretty high humidity. So this could be a good time to look at some home run bets out there today, or maybe even look at the over. We got balls carrying into the outfield in a hitter-friendly field. We could see a good amount of home runs here today. So some other data you may see when you're looking at these games is if it's a really high temperature, we'll have it in red down here saying high temperature may affect the players themselves. Might be a time where fatigue sets in, where we want to maybe look at an under. People are getting tired out there. Maybe you want to look at pitchers being pulled early because they're being saved so they don't get exhausted. And conversely, if the weather's really cold, we'll have that data in here as well. You might want to look at, like, it might affect dexterity. Might look at unders on hits as well. So we try to give you as much data as possible to break down the weather itself and where the wind's blowing. Is the humidity going to affect the ball, so on and so forth. And finally, inside of here, you're going to see our umpire analysis. We have a drop-down menu where you can start typing, and all the umpires will show up here. We don't automatically have the umpires show up for the game because MLB usually doesn't release who's behind the plate until about an hour before game time. If you go to MLB's official website, click on a game preview, somewhere around an hour before game time, they'll show you who's going to be behind the plate from that crew, and then you can come in here, type in their name, select them, and you can see some of their statistics as well. Now, again, this is meant to give you as much data as possible. I wouldn't go blindly betting on games just based on a specific umpire's statistics, but it is good to look at to see if anything stands out. Does somebody have a much higher strikeout rate than another umpire, or a much higher walk rate? That might be times where we want to look at some pitcher props or even batter props there for strikeout percentages. Runs per game. If someone has an astronomically higher runs per game or lower runs per game, maybe we want to look at what's going on there. Are they calling more strikeouts? Are they calling more outs that might be kind of close calls? So again, just giving you as much data as possible to do with what you please. I wouldn't blindly, again, bet based on umpire data, but it is here for you. And it's something that we will also be including inside of the NFL and college football because, as we know, referees can have a huge effect on the game as well. So that is kind of the Propcaster MLB dashboard at a quick glance. There was obviously a lot more data in here. You'll see everyone's props on the left side here. We didn't even really get into the pitcher side of things, but wanted to give you a fairly brief overview of how to use this to make some better bets. And again, we will be having NFL and college football by the time that season rolls around and rolling out some really great features on that data set as well. If you'd like, you can go to Propcaster.com. We have a 3-day free trial. Please try it out. Even if you're not a member, you can join our Discord and let us know what you think and what features you'd like to see. And if you do want to sign up for the Pro Beta, it is only $9.99 per month, and that will include all sports. Right now, we just have MLB, but come time when football season rolls around and NBA comes back, you will get NBA, college football, MLB, and NFL for only $9.99 per month. And by then, we will be making a lot more improvements to this dashboard as well. So thanks for the time today. Please let us know what you think in the comment section or join our Discord and let us know what features you'd like to see. And until next time, happy betting.